Hello everyone, this is Farzana from farzanaslaw, and thank you so much for joining me today in today's brand new video where I'll be sharing with you all the top 10 best laws of procrastination according to Islam. So if you're interested to find out the top 10 best laws of procrastination, then please keep watching this video till the very end, because I'll be sharing with you all some very valuable insights and reflections, tips and tricks, as well as references to the Quran and the Hadith, so that you can make judgment of yourself whether you should be procrastinating ever again. So I hope that this video will help you in some way or another, and of course please do like, share, and subscribe, and try to basically stay connected with my channel, because obviously I post this kind of content on a weekly basis. I post my shorts, my weekly vlogs as a trainee solicitor. At the same time, I post these kind of educational, informative videos as well, just because I want to make sure that I am growing both spiritually and at the same time academically, personally, and professionally as well on this earth. So it's very important that I am actually balancing the both and making sure I'm making time for both at the same time. So before I begin with today's video, I want to share with you all an introduction, and of course before that also I have linked everything that I have going on outside of YouTube on the description box below. So if you're interested to find out my tutoring services, my coaching services, my products and services such as my productive class paper planner with 30 amplified affirmations, I also have the code digital courses as well. So if anything that you're interested in, basically everything's linked below. So now let's get started with today's video, and I'm going to be sharing with you all a very small intro first, and then I'm going to be going on with the 10 laws as well. So in Islam, procrastination is generally discouraged as can lead to neglect of important duties such as prayer, charity, or general responsibilities. While there are no laws of procrastination per se, Islamic teachings emphasize the importance of time management, diligence, and fulfilling obligations promptly. Procrastination can be countered by the following Islamic principles, which reflect values that help Muslims manage time effectively and avoid delaying important tasks. And of course, these videos are not just for Muslims, they're for anyone who is basically watching this video around the world who is interested in the topic of procrastination. But if they want to see more on the spiritual side or the religious side of things, then of course this video is even more perfect, because I'm going to be sharing with you all the references to the Hadith and the Quran at the same time. So the first law that I'm going to be sharing with you all today is accountability of time, hisab for time. So the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, and I quote, "A servant of Allah will remain standing on the day of judgment until he is questioned about his life and how he spent it," end quote. And this is mentioned in Tirmidhi. So what this principle means is that the time is a blessing and Muslims are held accountable for how they utilize it. Wasting time through procrastination is considered a lost opportunity for good deeds. This is very completely true, because obviously whenever you're procrastinating on something, obviously whatever you want to achieve in life, your purpose in life, that's basically getting more and more delayed. For example, if I want to exercise, or if I plan to exercise every single day 7 a.m. and in that particular time I start using Instagram or Facebook or YouTube and start basically scrolling down the reels and shorts, then of course that's basically delaying me going to the gym and actually getting some workout done. That's basically the same way that you should be seeing this kind of law. It's the fact that you will be accountable for every single thing that you basically ever spend on in terms of time. So it's very important that whenever you are thinking about something, so let's say this is what I say in every single one of my videos, is that you should have time for everything scheduled in your day. So for example, if you want to watch a particular series or reading a book, or if you want to actually go to the gym or go to work, etc., it's very important that you're keeping a calendar, a block of day on the day that you want to do that specific thing, so you're basically not overriding with the other things that you actually have to get done to become successful in life, hopefully, inshallah. So it's very important that you are making time for everything. And I've also done a video on the 10 laws of time management, which is also very helpful. If you want to check it out, it will be linked at the very end in my playlist as well. So that was the accountability of time. The second one is the value of time. Wasting time is discouraged. And this is mentioned in the Surah Al-Asr, chapter number 103, verse number 1 to 3, and I quote, "By the time, indeed, mankind is in loss, except for those who have believed and done righteous deeds and advise each other to truth and advise each other to patience," end quote. Islam urges believers to value time as it is limited, and neglecting responsibilities is discouraged. Delaying important actions can lead to loss. Of course, this is basically goes very importantly and very swiftly with the hisab for time law, which was about the accountability of time. Is the fact that if if you need to value time, because value is such a time is such a valuable resource, and it's a very limited resource as well, which means that you do not have enough time every single day, or everybody has 24 hours in a day and you try to fit in everything into those 24 hours. So it's very important that whenever you're wasting a particular minute, a second, or 10 minutes, or 1 hour, it is basically installed in you why you're actually doing it for this particular reason. And be mindful, be self-aware about it, and do not be that kind of a person who just mindlessly scrolls down social media and has nothing to do in life, or they're basically always chilling, quote unquote, and relaxing. So it's very important that you're valuing time, because unfortunately there are many people that on the day, on basically, for example, let's say today, they think that, oh, I have so much time in the world, I have so many things to do, I will do it tomorrow, I will do it the day after tomorrow, and they keep procrastinating or delaying their task. And then you hear sometimes that they're basically sick for life, or they actually go into an accident, astaghfirullah, of course. So there are many kinds of situations that can appear at any time in your life, and then you will regret why you didn't do those particular certain tasks that are pursuing your goals, that are pursuing your purpose, and then you will basically regret. So do not wait for those kind of situations, astaghfirullah. Of course, we should not be encouraging those to happen in our life, but we all know that life is very unpredictable and unexpected. So it's very important that whenever we have the time, whenever we have the energy, we are pursuing towards our goals, our purpose, which is to be the best, human beings as much as possible, and leave this earth very confidently and with a content heart, basically. So the third law that I want to share with you all today is hasten to do good deeds, initiative in goodness. This is mentioned in Tirmidhi, which is a hadith, and I quote, hasten to do good deeds before 7 things come to you. And this is basically a continuation of a hadith. This principle means that procrastination is countered by the emphasis on immediate action, particularly when it comes to performing good deeds such as prayer, charity, and helping others. So this is also very relatable to work. For example, if you are somebody who's a trainee solicitor and you have to do so many tasks every single day, every 5 minutes you're given a new task, of course it's very important that you are helping others as much as possible, and also helping yourself, of course. And also whenever you are at work or school or university, it's very important that you're ensuring that you are making time for God as well, which is through the 5 daily prayers. And then when the Friday prayer comes as well, then you give some charity as well. So it's very important that you are not never ever delaying doing good deeds or performing good deeds as much as possible, because your time is very limited. That's the truth. Because you hear so many people nowadays passing away at a very young age due to very questionable diseases that you never would expect a 20-year-old or a 25-year-old to suffer from. But nowadays anything is possible, unfortunately. So it's very important that you are not delaying yourself performing good deeds as much as possible, which includes, for example, things like prayer, meditation, charity, helping others, being kind to others, smiling to others. These kind of beautiful acts of worship, basically, and actually increase your bank when it comes to on the day of judgment. We Muslims believe that on the day of judgment we will be given we will be having to explain everything that we basically ever did on this earth, and that includes both the good deeds and the bad deeds. So it's very important that our good deeds are always higher up than the bad deeds as much as possible. So the number 4 law when it comes to procrastination in Islam is avoiding laziness, qasal. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, often sought refuge from laziness, praying, and I quote, "O Allah, I seek refuge in you from incapacity and laziness," end quote. And this is mentioned in Muslim and Bukhari as well. Laziness and procrastination are closely linked, and Islam teaches believers to seek Allah's help in overcoming these tendencies to ensure productivity and timely completion of tasks. This is basically a very beautiful way of saying that never ever be lazy, and at the same time, if the more lazy you are, the actually more procrastination is happening in your life, which is why it is very bad for you in the long run. You might think that one day, I'm delaying this task, I'm not going to do it ever again, or I'm not going to ever delay any more tasks ever again. But the truth is that sometimes it does turn out to be a habit. Procrastination tends to become a habit. And when it becomes a habit, it means that you're losing in your life, which means that you're not getting your goals done, your purpose done. And internally also, you might be feeling very guilty as well. Because whenever, for example, I do also procrastinate on something, or I try to delay as much as possible, you always have this thing going on in your heart thinking that, oh my God, I'm supposed to do this, I have still done this yet, like, that keeps buzzing in your head, and of course that can be very problematic. So it's very important that instead of having that burden of thoughts and thinking that, oh my God, I have to do this, I haven't still done this, I was supposed to do this last week Monday or something like that, to just get it done, and just get it done, and you will see how much free you feel, how much good you feel, and at the same time you feel like that you're much more lighter as well in your body. I promise to you, because whenever you are keep procrastinating on something and then you get it done, you will see that shift in your mindset, that shift in your body, that you feel much lighter, much more freer as well, because you're not jailed with those thoughts about, oh my God, I need to get this done. I was supposed to do this last week, but I didn't, and I keep delaying it. So it's very important that you are avoiding laziness as much as possible and getting the work done, whatever you have to do, as quickly as possible, because it only benefits you in the long run. The fifth law of procrastination, according to Islam, is fulfilling obligations on time. Timeless, timeless, timeliness of prayers. There you go. And the Quran is actually mentioned in Surah An-Nisa, chapter number 4, verse number 103, and I quote, "Indeed, prayer has been decreed upon the believers a degree of specified times," end quote. And this basically means the principle is that regular prayer is a key example of timeliness in Islam. Muslims are required to perform prayers within specific time frames, encouraging punctuality and regular discipline. This is essentially very true, because if you're a Muslim yourself and you're watching this video, you probably know that we have to pray the 5 daily prayers. And of course, that becomes a source of us actually time managing very, very well as well, because you can clearly say that before the sunrise prayer, I need to do this. After the sunrise prayer, I have to do this. Before the early afternoon prayer, I have to do this, blah, blah, blah. So basically, that actually helps you in actually managing your task really, really well as well. And of course, the same goes for people who are actually meditating as well. Meditation can be also a really good way to actually gauge and understand what you want to get done before meditation and after meditation and stuff like that. So regular prayer has been proven to be one of the best ways actually to balance your task in between and before and after, basically. So I highly encourage, for those of you who are looking into getting more spiritual and religious, try prayer. Prayer is a really good way to actually making sure that you're obviously connecting with God as much as possible, but at the same time you are actually balancing your task as well, so that you're not actually delaying anything as well to the next day unnecessarily. So I hope that this law has helped you in some way or another. The sixth law of procrastination, according to Islam, is making the most of health and free time. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, and I quote, "There are two blessings which many people waste, health and free time," end quote. And this is mentioned in the Bukhari hadith. Procrastination often leads to a waste of valuable time and health, two blessings that should be maximized for good deeds and personal development. So this is why I highly encourage, and this is why I make these videos on a weekly basis. Why? Because I want my youth, I want my brothers and sisters from different religions, different nationalities, different cultures, to make sure that they're using their two most valuable things in their life, especially when they're young, which is their health and their time. Because whenever you are a teenager or a child or your early adult life as well, you have your health, and this is why you should be using your health to the best of your capabilities, because there are many people, unfortunately, as I mentioned before, that do become sick over a period of their life. So for example, at 25 they're diagnosed with a certain kind of a disease, or accidents happen, or misfortunes happen. So it's very important that if you're currently somebody who is healthy and it basically has a lot of time, which means that you're not burdened with the responsibilities of going to a full-time job or having children or married life, whatever that might be, use that time to actually build something for yourself. Be valuable. The more valuable you feel, and the more valuable you're going to be sharing that feeling with everybody else. So it's very important that you are valuing yourself as much as possible, and you will see how much, when you are overflowing with your valuable thoughts and your beliefs and stuff, you can actually share that with everyone else in the world as well, and they can also benefit from you. Because the more you value yourself, people will be inspired by you as well, and try to be the best version of themselves as well. So make sure that you are using your time very wisely, very valuably. Do not always just waste it on just relaxing or chilling, or watching movies, series, or whatever that might be. And of course, I have nothing against watching movies or anything like that, because I do it myself. I also, when I have the time, I do watch some series or a movie or anything like that. But what I'm trying to say, that should not be, once again, your purpose of life. That's not something that you should be spending on 80% of your time, etc. So that's basically what I'm trying to say. So the seventh law of procrastination, according to Islam, is importance of action, amal. And this is mentioned in Surah At-Tawbah, chapter number 9, verse number 105, and I quote, "And say, do good deeds, for Allah will see your deeds, and so will his messenger and the believers, and you will be returned to the knower of the unseen and the witness, and he will inform you of what you're used to," end quote. This principle, what it means is that action is highly valued in Islam. Procrastination delays the opportunity for action, which is necessary to fulfill religious and worldly obligations. This is very important because if you have so many thoughts in your head, for example, I want to get this particular task done today, of course, then that means that you are not going to basically, that's going to stay in your thoughts. That's going to be just random in your dreams and your thoughts. But unless it's not written on paper and you do not take action for it, that just becomes a wishful thinking, basically. So it's very important that you are always planning every single day what I'm going to do today. This is why I highly encourage everyone to have either a bullet journal or a planner as well, which has all the dates set, everything organized for you already, so you don't have to worry about adding the dates. But either way, make sure that you're having either of those in your hand every single day. I always carry, for example, a planner with me because it helps me understand what I have to get done today. I'm a very busy human being, mashallah. And that means that I have work, family, I have my personal goals, my spiritual goals, everything like that. And obviously that makes me think that I am so much burdened with a lot of thoughts, random thoughts going on in me. I have plans for YouTube, etc. So it's very important that do have a diary or a planner or a bullet journal carrying with me every single day. So then whenever I get a random thought, I will just jot it down immediately, and I don't have to think about that when I'm actually doing my full-time job as a trainee solicitor in the law firm. So it's very important that I am carrying that, and in that way is helping me in understanding what I do have to get done today 100% and what I have to get done tomorrow, or I can delay it maybe one day, something like that. So it's very important that you are action based and not thinking based all the time. Your actions should be speaking louder than your words or your thoughts. So that's basically the premise of that particular law. The eighth law of procrastination is avoiding excuses. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, warned against making excuses to delay good deeds. And he has actually mentioned in Ibn Majah saying, and I quote, "Do not say, I will do it tomorrow, for you do not know what tomorrow will bring," end quote. And this is basically kind of beautifully summarizes everything that I basically mentioned so far in the past 16 minutes. Islam teaches that making excuses to delay important tasks is not advisable, as the future is uncertain and one should not depend on tomorrow for things that can be done today. So what this is trying to say is that simply is that if there's something that you can easily get it done today in 5 minutes, do not try to basically procrastinate it and delay it till tomorrow, because that is actually just being ridiculous in a way. Because if you're gonna get it done tomorrow today and within 5 minutes, why you basically keep delaying it till tomorrow? Because that's just actually piling up your tasks as well for tomorrow as well. So it's very important that you are understanding the fact that if the smaller the task, the quicker it should be done within the same day. And in that way you will see that your list of to-do list is getting smaller and smaller every day, and as the days go by, and not just increasing and piling it up, because that's not what you basically want to do. You don't want to be piling up your responsibilities as you grow older. You want to make your life more easier, more fruitful, more positive, and full of happiness, and more of doing things that you want to do, and not just things that you have to do because you have to, because you are a trainee solicitor, or because you're a mother, or because you are a sister or a daughter-in-law, whatever that might be. So the ninth law of procrastination includes seeking balance, avoiding excessive delay. And this is mentioned in Surah Al-Furqan, chapter number 25, verse number 67, and I quote, "And those who, when they spend, are neither extravagant nor stingy, but are instead moderate in between," end quote. Islam encourages moderation in all aspects of life, including time management. While balance is key, excessive delays can lead to neglect of duties. And this is completely true. It's basically just say things like saying, for example, I know this is going to be a weird example. Instead of, for example, a mother who keeps delaying giving food to her child, even though she was supposed to give food 5 hours ago, and she keeps delaying it. Basically, that's basically, and your goals in a way, whenever you're single and you do not have children, at the moment, you are your goal, basically. You try to improve yourself as much as possible. You basically become the best version of yourself. You try to develop good habits and remove the ones that are bad. So you become your own goal. You need to feed yourself with a lot of positivity and self-love, self-development, and a lot of confidence as well. So it's very important that you are moderating yourself as much as possible in all aspects of life, have good time management skills, and obviously always remember that excessive delays can lead to neglect of duties. As I mentioned to you all, the example of the mother who keeps delaying, giving food to the child, to the newborn. Do not do that, because you are a mother to yourself. Whenever you're single and you're not married, you're obviously your own goal. You are your own mother and you're your own baby, basically. So it's very important that you are feeding yourself as much as possible. When is the right time to do everything, you do it in the right time. You are not how do I say this? You're not purposely basically just delaying tasks that can be done on the same day, and that way your list of to-do list becomes so big that you feel very, very overwhelmed. And also I just got a random message, so sorry. But anyway, so that was basically the 9th law. So basically seek balance in all aspects of your life, in all areas of your life as much as possible. The 10th law of this particular, or the last law of procrastination according to Islam, is preparation for death, urgency in fulfilling duties. And this is mentioned in the Bukhari hadith that I'm going to be sharing with you all today, and I quote, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, and I quote, live in this world as if you're going to live forever, but prepare for the hereafter as if you're going to die tomorrow, end quote. This hadith teaches urgency in fulfilling obligations for the hereafter, reminding Muslims that procrastination may prevent them from completing essential religious duties in this life, end quote. And this is basically a very beautiful way of saying the fact that always remember that live today. What I understood from this particular hadith, and you can let me know if I'm correct or I'm wrong, I'm always open to learning. But what I've tried to understand from this particular hadith is the fact that live today as if you are you're gonna live forever, but always be prepared that you're gonna be dead tomorrow or something like that. But prepare for the hereafter, prepare for the next life as if you're going to die tomorrow. So make your good deeds as much as possible, do your 5 daily prayers, give in charity, smile to others, be kind to others, be respectful to others, but at the same time enjoy your life, fulfill your goals, fulfill your worldly goals as well. For example, if you want to become a good solicitor, if you want to become a good doctor, if you want to teach children or whatever that might be, make sure that you're also making time for those type of goals as well. And this brings me to the end of today's video. I hope that you have enjoyed this video and learning something new about procrastination according to Islam, because obviously these kind of particular topics always fascinate me, because I get to learn both the secular and the spiritual side of things, and it makes me help and understand why I should not be procrastinating ever, or why I should have good time management skills, or why I should be having good productivity skills, etc. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you did, then please do like, share, and subscribe. And at the same time, if you are somebody who is looking into finding out with tutoring, coaching services and products and services, as well as any kind of digital programs and courses by me, then everything is linked in the description box below. You can always go and check it out. And at the same time, I am so excited that I'm going to be sharing with you all my weekly vlogs as well, and those are getting a lot of love as well, alhamdulillah. So I'm very happy with that. And of course, if you have any video ideas and suggestions, then leave it in the comments, or you can always email me at farzanaslaw@gmail.com for anonymity and privacy if that's what you want to do. But other than that, I will see you guys in my next video.